The following program is rated MA and may contain themes that may not be appropriate for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hip-hop, trendsetters, the school of hard knocks and that attitude era. Yeah, I just wanted to be one of the best, holding the mic as I'm yelling out D-Generation X. I will remember it. I'll never forget it. We've come a pretty long way. There's so much I can say. It's never really gone away. Ladies and gentlemen, as we settle into our studios here at the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, the superstars of Raw make their way into TD Garden in Boston. The last time in Boston is now. I am OM Dynamic alongside Chris Best. How are we doing tonight, my friend?
Well, I am looking forward to this night. I've been looking forward to this particular episode of Raw for quite a long time now.
Yes, this is huge. We now know the Last Time Is Now tournament kicks off tonight to determine John Cena's final opponent.
Yeah, and here's the reason why I've been looking forward to this Raw for the longest time. I mean, we know it's John Cena's last Raw in Boston. We've been speculating a lot on what could take place on this episode tonight, and we're on that 2.5-hour ride right now to see what's going to take place.
Yes, we are, as we are getting a trip inside West Newbury, Massachusetts.
Basically a look at John Cena's history, the football field where he did play football.
Yes.
His alma mater, the college he went to.
Yep.
That is a beautiful shot of TD Garden.
It is. It really is. And that bridge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yes, I, do have that hockey rivalry, but Boston is a city rich in culture, steeped in history. And it is a city that I would love to visit.
Same here. I have that hockey and baseball rivalry.
Yes, you do.
But again, when I think of the history of sports, Boston is one of those cities I think of. Triple H is in the ring.
Yes, we have Hunter. Hunter's music being drowned out by the crowd and Alicia Taylor. Triple H really not mincing words, spitting a lot of truths about the individual before he introduces him. And being very, very objective about it.
And the crowd explodes for John Cena.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Cena really coming out seeming very humble and excited to be home.
And supportive of his local Boston Celtics.
Yes.
No love for the Bruins, eh, Cena? Or the Red Sox.
Oh, I can't blame him for not supporting the Red Sox. I'm grateful that he's not supporting the Bruins. I can handle the Celtics. But where's the Patriots' love?
No.
I agree.
I would even dare say no to the Celtics, too, because the Celtics are selfish with championships. But I get it, because TD Garden is the home of the Celtics and the Bruins.
Yes.
If they were doing Raw in Fenway Park, then maybe he would probably come out dressed up as a member of the Red Sox.
Right. You notice John has the knee pads on and potentially dressed to compete here in Boston tonight.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know that old rule, even if you're invited to a wrestling show, even if you're not booked to wrestle on it, bring your gear.
Right. John Cena saying this one was selfish. He wanted to come to Boston just one last time. And making a statement about this last time is now tournament to pave the road ahead for somebody new. Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes.
And the reason why OMD is saying yes is because DOMINIK Mysterio is making his way to the ring right now. And I'm starting to agree with Parrish. I think he just needs to wear both belts instead of doing what he just does.
Right? Are we going to get this tonight? So John Cena saying tonight he is invincible. Tonight Dom would lose, and he's offering him the chance to walk away.
That's a bombshell.
Wow. That is huge.
So the match that you guys were suspecting was going to take place at War Games is taking place tonight.
Yes.
Right now, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
As there is a referee in the ring.
Yes, Hunter did say, get me a referee. I have a feeling that
tonight's going to be a good night.
Well, yes, they jumped this match because they did want it for Survivor Series, but because you had that situation with Ray last week, that you're right, that's the direction they're going to go.
And you know what? That match at Survivor Series doesn't necessarily need an Intercontinental title to be on the line.
It doesn't.
So you can still do, if we're doing this clean, I'm going to say, John Cena takes the IC title tonight. You can still do Dom winning the tournament to claim back the Intercontinental title in December.
Absolutely. And I'm going to say this. I think there was something, because we noticed Triple H didn't leave the ring, which normally for somebody like John Cena to come out and celebrate in his hometown, you would have. I was sort of waiting for that second Hall of Fame announcement tonight.
Well, I don't see Hunter at ringside anywhere right now.
No, but during the promo, Hunter hadn't left the ring.
Well, and going back to the Hall of Fame talks, there are 4 men, 2 teams that I want to see go into the Hall of Fame.
I know. Demolition being one of them.
Yeah, and the Fabulous Rougeaus being the other.
Right.
But I get a feeling, and I've been saying this all year long, since they signed that Legends deal, Demolition is going in.
Yep.
Dom jumping John Cena right off the bat there.
Yes. Now, do we see Los Americanos get involved on Dom's behalf? Do we see the other members of the Judgment Day get involved on Dom's behalf?
Well, Finn's been like, "Yo, Dom, you're getting yourself into these situations. Sort them out yourself."
Yeah.
And it's been a minute. It's been a little while since the Americanos have found themselves getting involved in whatever Dom's situation is.
Right.
So it's hard to say at this point in time.
Well, they've gotten involved on Dom's behalf. I mean, a couple of weeks ago when they interrupted Penta versus Rusev. But
at the same time, the entire group was having troubles with Rusev or Penta, both men, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dom immediately taking the lead on this situation here, kind of taking John off his game with that sneak attack. And again, that is something that if I were in the ring against John Cena, I would do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Because that's the thing you got to do when you're taking on the hometown hero. And I'm not talking about Cody Deaner here.
Right.
You got to, the first thing you got to do is take the crowd out.
Yep.
And you take the crowd out by attacking the guy right at your opponent right at the start. But Boston, just the sea of green that I'm seeing in that crowd tonight,
Right.
they are firmly behind John.
Oh, yeah, 100% they are.
Speaking of the hometown hero, imagine if he was in this if he was in the John Cena tournament.
Right.
Him versus Mr. Iguana, book it.
Yeah, the hometown man, as he's known. And Dom taking a walk.
He's my hero, so he'll be my hometown hero. Yeah, Dom.
But John Cena saying no.
Dom was trying the old Ted DiBiase IRS bit.
Yep.
For those that don't remember, when Ted DiBiase and IRS had the tag team titles, every time the match got a little too tough for them, they took a walk and got counted out and retained the tag titles.
And Dom posing down for the crowd.
Yeah, he's being extra cocky tonight, and that's not a good thing.
No, it's not. Especially being told before this match started that he was defending the Intercontinental Championship.
Now, here's the other thing, too. You talked about Americanos and the Judgment Day coming out. What if Ray shows up and costs him the title?
Absolutely. Very, very good question. Very good point.
Because, I mean, Dom's original intention for coming out was to corner Triple H about what Ray did to him last week.
Yep.
We still have the women's tag team titles a little later on, too. The Kabuki Warriors and Flair and
Bliss. We also have Stephanie VAQUER defending the Women's World Championship against RAQUEL RODRIGUEZ.
Yeah, championships galore tonight.
Right?
I'm looking at this match really weirdly in my head right now because I'm thinking of 2005 John Cena when he was at the height of his career, who shared the same pay-per-view as Dom at SummerSlam in 2005 because John Cena took on Chris Jericho that night.
Right.
And Dom was involved in that ladder match with Ray and Eddie.
Yep.
And I'm still seeing Dom as that little kid and just thinking like 20 years ago, I would never have imagined watching this match right now.
Right? Yeah, I'm still seeing that little 8-year-old that was playing PSP with the frosted hair.
Yep. But again, that's a lot of the matches that we've seen Dom do, like his matches with Edge, his matches with Ray.
Yep.
I mean, I just can't help but think if Eddie were still around, how much of a match Dom and Eddie would have, how great of a match Eddie and Dom could have put on. But we're getting ourselves a great Intercontinental Championship match here. Dom's doing everything he can to try and shut the crowd out, but the crowd is not letting him, not letting that happen.
Oh, Dom getting a little ostentatious with the crowd as he slapped the elbow.
Yeah, he let the crowd know how he feels.
Yes. And John Cena with that hard clothesline. Do we see John Cena winning that Intercontinental Championship tonight?
I mean, if you want to start the show off with a bang, then yes. But there's a lot of X factors that we've mentioned that we got to look out for in this match. I mean, at least John should look out for, as he just tripped over.
He tripped over Dom. Yes.
And again, I'm looking at them AAA Mega Championship, and I've been saying this week in, week out, and I'm at the point where I don't think it's going to happen, but it's still a possibility. Vikingo could still very well show up.
He could.
Because I can guarantee you he's probably still trying to get a rematch for the Mega Championship.
Probably. However, from everything I've been hearing, they have turned him heel in AAA.
Oh, okay. I have to go back and find where that happened.
I guess the fans at AAA have been cheering and calling for a former superstar's return, even though it probably will never happen.
Well, at Triple Mania, he got booed out of the building. Wait, was that when Dom won the title?
Yes.
Yeah. He got booed out of the building that night.
Yep. But he's basically threw his middle finger up at the fans because they are chanting for that former WWE superstar to return to AAA, even though he probably won't go back.
Who's this?
Some guy named Alberto.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry. I'm with Vikingo on that one.
Yeah.
No. I don't want to see him.
No. None of us do.
But what I do want to see is just how John Cena is going to bounce back in this match. I mean, Dom is every time Cena's attempted some kind of a comeback, Dom's been one step ahead of him.
Yep.
I say that now as he's executing his comeback maneuvers.
Yep. And John Cena calling for it. Bit of a short 5-knuckle shuffle in that situation.
Yeah, I was going to say, why didn't John go to the other side of the ring?
But then Dom countering out of the AA and putting John's shoulder first into the ring post.
Also, typically, when he tries to center when he tries to do that 5-knuckle shuffle, he's got his opponent more centered. And speaking of a man who is centered, Chris Parrish, how's it going?
Not bad. How are you?
We are doing very well. We were treated to a huge Intercontinental Championship match here to open Raw.
Yeah, it was heavily rumored all day today that this was going to happen.
Oh.
And I chose not to share it with you guys, just to let it be more of a surprise.
Well, surprise it was, and now Dom trying to do the Eddie, as is John.
Yep. And Dom was trying to get rid of the steel chair. Oh, and there's the ref bump.
Should have been standing there.
That's right. And John into the STFU.
It's just the SDF now. PG.
Dom tapped, but there's no ref. There's no ref, John.
I think by now Cena would know that there's no ref.
Right? And Dom barely kicking out.
There was a part of me that was expecting to see Charles Robinson run down to the ring.
Yeah, unfortunately, Charles is taking some time off due to a tragic family loss last week.
He also is injured. He is not medically cleared to partake at work anyway.
Really?
Yep. He said that on the Chris Van Vliet episode just about a month or so ago.
Ah. Wow.
Oh. Wow.
And John Cena, your new Intercontinental Champion, getting the one title he has never held in his career.
Now, do you think this is how Dom weasels his way to make sure he's in the tournament?
Yeah, because I said earlier I'm predicting Dom to win the tournament now.
Yeah.
Because I still think it's going to be Ray and Dom at Survivor Series. And
Now, if we get Dom into the tournament, how fitting would it be if he gets a Finn Balor or JD as his first round opponent? Or would you want to see that come a little later in the tournament?
Well, if you listen to somebody's show, you might have heard somebody say that. Yeah, I don't know. It all depends on who's all in the tournament.
Right.
Because we only know, what, 5 people? Or
Well,
7
we know
people.
7 people.
Yeah. So.
Enlighten me on who the other 3 are, because I only know.
Well,
we have LA Knight and a mystery opponent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was mishearing then.
And
Sorry.
then Jey Uso and The Miz.
Yeah.
And then I believe the matches tonight are what, Rusev and Priest.
Rusev and Priest.
And then SHEAMUS and Nakamura.
Yes.
Yeah. The numbers weren't mathing in my head. That's what was going on.
1, 2.
And I have a very, very surprising pick if we are going to discuss who that mystery opponent could be tomorrow night on Turnbuckle Talk.
Okay. Well, on Monday then. Shh. LA Knight's on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
LA Knight is really giving me hard Ric Flair vibes right now.
LA Knight getting rudely cut off there.
I don't think they get rudely cut off. I think they're told you have a certain amount of time. If they take too much time, that's what happens.
Yeah.
But LA Knight saying, basically it doesn't matter who my mystery opponent is. It's BFT and I'm on to John Cena.
I said John Cena puts back on his hat and shirt.
And a surprise showing from Cody Rhodes on Raw.
There's a lot of unexpected names at Raw tonight, from what I've understood. It's gonna be. I think we might see the hits tonight,
Okay.
and a little bit of surprises.
We still have 2 last time is now tournament matches to go and 2 more title matches tonight.
As we now find out what happened to the World Heavyweight Champion last week on Raw.
Even some rumors that I saw last night saying that he may be off now for 3 months due to injuries sustained from that punch last week. But I really hope not.
No, he'll guarantee he's at Raw tonight.
Yeah.
Something tells me that CM Punk would not want to miss John Cena's last time in Boston.
Right.
And then next week, his last time in New York City.
Yeah.
And then if he's gone for 3 months, his retirement match in Washington. And if you're going to take the title off Seth Rollins, who will be out for a minimum of 3 months, then you would just do the same thing to CM Punk.
Yeah.
Just a lot of logic there that I'm just not picking up. I still think this is leading in towards the War Games match.
As we get Damien Priest making his way to the ring for his opening round match in the last time is now tournament. Who do we have coming out of this match, gentlemen?
Rusev.
Honestly, if I was... Obviously, I did my thing on how I would book it yesterday. I don't even know why either one is in this tournament. I don't care seeing John... I put it out this way. If I have somebody in this tournament, I want to watch John Cena versus that person in one of his final matches. Those names to me don't scream Rusev nor Damien Priest. So already, I have no interest in them in this tournament. However, with the ongoing stuff with Aleister Black, I can see Damien Priest getting distracted enough and losing. But also, Rusev has the stuff with Penta. So, I don't know.
Right.
I just know that WWE in the last year and a half and have been really protective of Damien Priest. So I have a hard time betting against him.
Okay. I'm actually with you, Mr. Best. I do have Rusev coming. Rusev was initially the guy I wanted to see in that retirement match since he returned. I didn't want a Gunther. I didn't want that. So I am taking Rusev. Rusev even said last week he has to avenge his greatest loss in order to be fully redeemed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he lost a lot in his first run, so which one is he really talking about?
I would guess WrestleMania.
Yeah, I still think he that was a time where you should have had him win.
But I think that ever since his world championship run, they've let Damien Priest, I wouldn't say protected. I'd say they've scaled back with him. They haven't pushed him the way that I think they should have.
Yet he's still winning every major match he's been a part of this year.
Well, he was on he was on SmackDown, where for the majority of the time you had a babyface champion.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a limitation of where he was going to go. And he didn't look half bad against the Drew McIntyre feud.
Yeah.
He hasn't looked terrible against the Aleister Black feud, and those are the two big feuds he's had this year.
And those are the two big feuds for him that might still be continuing based on what happened at the end of SmackDown.
Yeah.
And then he won the Finn Balor feud that happened right after he lost the championship.
Mm-hmm.
With this black screen, should we take this time to do some housekeeping?
Yes,
Let's do it.
All right. Let's just run them all.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
A Turnbuckle Affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today, because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
Hi, hello and welcome. My name is the Alpha Female.
As Rusev now makes his way to the ring. Going back to his old style trunks.
Well, it seems like it's the trunk version of what he used before, because he still did the shorts back in the day. They were just more of the big man shorts. I hope he scares a kid again, because last week was hilarious. So has it sunk into you guys yet that in 34 days, John Cena will no longer be an in-ring performer?
Yeah, it actually sunk in when John Cena was cutting his promo for me tonight.
No, it hasn't. I know I even mentioned it on the LRB that, you know, Yes, his last time is coming. But it's still, you know, like it will be his last time on Raw as an active performer tonight. It would not surprise me to see in the future John Cena acting as a guest GM if Adam Pearce needs a night off and they're coming to Boston.
This guy doesn't take days off.
But he's not Darren Young.
He is.
No, he's better.
Well, yes, but a blind paraplegic monkey is better than Darren Young. And that jumping spin kick from Rusev, always so devastating. Now going to work with those kicks and strikes to Damien Priest.
Well, Rusev is doing just the thing I've been saying about tall guys. Keep them grounded.
Yep.
But at the same time, if you're Damien Priest fighting a guy the size of Rusev, got to do the same thing.
Exactly. Rusev is no small man. And we see that spinning elbow there from Damien Priest. And Rusev with a beautiful fall away slam.
Rusev doing the "you can't see me," and I'm like, we can see you, Rusev.
Yes, we can. Damien Priest crawling over to the Papa John sign thinking he's going to get some pizza. And this match coming out and becoming just as physical as I anticipated. The height on that drop kick there from Rusev.
Now, here's something I was thinking about just now. If Aleister Black does come out, if he is even in the building tonight, what are the chances that we see Cody come out to try and stop Aleister Black?
There's great potential there. But I have to wonder as well if, with what happened to Punk and Jay last week, if Cody is there to align with them against Logan Paul and the Vision.
I think if you're going all the way in that aspect, you have to think of this. Drew McIntyre was only suspended from SmackDown.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He was not suspended from Raw. So if we're seeing all that happen, you might also see Drew McIntyre show up as well.
Right.
Yep.
Now, I'm sure we're going to get 2 more first-round matchups announced for next week later on tonight. Where do you guys see this going from there?
To the next round. That's the only thing I can really think of.
Well, no. What are the next 2 matchups you think that are going to be announced tonight, or even some names to potentially be announced?
Well,
I honestly can't even venture a guess at that right now.
it's pretty like up in the air because what we've been seeing is not just Raw announcing Raw participants. We've been seeing Raw and SmackDown. We have yet to actually hear an NXT participant by name yet.
Right.
So if I was going to garner a guess, we might see a Trick Williams versus maybe Carmelo Hayes.
Okay.
Another possibility I'm thinking that we could see more of, at least on SmackDown, because he was there, Ethan Page.
Yeah.
I mean, you can also get an Ethan Page announcement today.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
But like, I don't know. I'm curious to see how many NXT people are going to be in there, as we now know the news of what the Saturday Night Main Event is on December 13th.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We also know that when this tournament was announced, there were people that don't work there were said to be in the tournament. I think you guys are right. I think we are going to get our first NXT call up. And I think that a Trick Williams is probably the way you're going to go with that. But I also wouldn't be surprised to see it be announced as an Obafemi versus Gunther.
Another name that I'm going to put out there, what about a Tony D'Angelo?
Yeah.
We have not seen or heard much of him in a while.
Right.
Since the feud with Stax, right?
Yeah.
But just like that, Rusev has picked up the big fat W.
I'm also going to say, congratulations to Rusev, but I'm also thinking outside the box and thinking of guys like Josh Briggs coming into the tournament.
Okay.
Now, Evolve is its own brand, right? Like, it's not a part of like NXT in any sort of way.
I think it's going to slowly probably start doing more stuff with NXT as we speak.
It is its own brand, but they were announced to be in the tournament as well.
No, they just said Raw, SmackDown, NXT.
That's why I was asking that, because I was thinking It's possible somebody from Evolve comes in.
Thing is, I don't think there's anybody on Evolve that people care about enough to be in. See, Adam Pearce here.
Wow.
Next week, Madison Square Garden, Maxine challenges Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental title.
Yes, she does.
And just like that, Maxine was introduced to the right hand from the Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch.
And welcomed to the big time.
She was hungry for competition, but she decided to have a knuckle sandwich instead.
Yes.
And our World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk, is making his presence felt.
Yeah.
At least, there he is. He took a little while coming out.
He did. I actually, at first, too, I didn't think it was him. I thought it was going to be Logan Paul coming out as he's done before, or even the Vision to send a message.
So since we see CM Punk here, you might want to drop that source in. Oh.
But CM Punk watching behind him.
As he should be, with the Vision trailing on him right now.
And notice how he's clenching his mouth, too. He has yet to actually open it.
Yes. Well, apparently he lost a tooth last week as a result as well. So
He lost one tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth.
that's right.
But as we are in commercial break, let's go ahead and play one of our commercials at least.
Make it so.
Direct bubble.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at carlcarafel.redbubble.com.
And there you go, have it, ladies and gentlemen. carlcarafel.redbubble.com for all of your Turnbuckle Affiliation Program merchandise needs. Or just scan the QR code up in the top left-hand corner beside Mr. Best. And remember, all the proceeds from the merch come back into our studios to give you a better viewing experience. carlcarafel.redbubble.com, the second hottest site on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. Do it, and do it now.
Now I'm wondering what Punk has got to say coming out here. I'm wondering if he's setting up for possible War Games or if he's setting up for a one-on-one with Logan Paul at Survivor Series.
I'm going to say this. I think we're going to get it at War Games, but I think we're going to get the rematch, the one-on-one at Saturday night's main event.
No. Because did you just not hear what the idea of Saturday Night main event is?
No, because I can't hear the show.
Main roster will be challenging NXT talent as per John Cena's request.
Mm-hmm.
So the theme of Saturday night's main event is the main roster talent will pretty much challenge somebody from NXT.
That already has a lot of intrigue written all over it there.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I already want to see, like, I don't know, like Ilya Dragunov go up against maybe like an Obafemi.
Right? As we are seeing that LJN are back.
Yeah, and only really one main modern guy, and he's barely there. And then you have John Cena, who in a month won't be there.
That's right.
I gotta
Wade
say,
Barrett endorsing
this,
the Logan Paul figure.
This is the example that I wish we're seeing. You know, like a Drew McIntyre, maybe a Roman Reigns, maybe a Dominic Mysterio, but more
Right.
modern day talent. Well, they get their merchandising ideas from the NHL. Let's go now. Ooh. CM Punk has choice words for Logan Paul already. Yeah, for translate, CM Punk wants to fight Logan Paul.
And of course, here comes Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, but I don't know what you're trying to really say and prove.
I guess Logan Paul's been saying if you can't beat him, join him.
Well, when did he ever go up against him? Like, really go up
Yeah.
against him? Now, obviously, if we were to see people join CM Punk, Jey Uso right there, you can make a claim. Maybe Jimmy. Maybe Roman. CM Punk, don't know if that's smart or just ballsy, but basically inviting Braun, Bronson, and Logan.
Yeah, but now I know. Yeah, see, I
Yeah.
was just gonna say, even though Punk's not wearing sleeves, he's always got something up his sleeve. And here comes Cody now. I think this is setting up War Games.
Well, that means you'd have to see Drew McIntyre in some way here.
And I still feel like Roman is going to be one of the other men on Punk's side.
Yeah, and then you're still looking for one on each.
And maybe that's where Sammy comes into play, perhaps? Or even Jimmy?
Well, I was thinking like maybe that's where you can bring in, if he's ready and available, Jacob Fatu and whoever attacked him, or maybe you just look at Damien and Aleister Black as those members.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's right too. Over on SmackDown, Sammy's got his stuff with the MFT, and that I think could lead to a traditional Survivor Series match.
Yeah.
But is this also a position where you could bring, not just Roman, I just had the name too.
Brock?
No, honestly, I don't want Brock to have really any part of War Games.
Really? Of all matches, that's the one I want to see Brock in.
Mm-hmm. But to be fair, I also want to see John Cena inside War Games. Not sure if that's going to be a thing now, though.
No. Because then he's either dropping that U.S. title or that Intercontinental title either next week or on December 13th.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I still have Dom and Ray wrestling each other at Survivor Series.
But we're gearing up for the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss going up against the Kabuki Warriors. Here's the big question. We saw one new champion already. Do we see two?
As far as that match goes, I'm going to say no. I think that is how you are going to set up the Women's War Games match. But with this match
Becky versus Team AJ.
But with this match, I am going to say there is absolutely the potential to see a new Women's World Heavyweight Champion.
I think this one has no chance of seeing a new champion.
Yeah, I'm with Parrish on this one. Sorry, OMD on that there. But what I do think could very well happen in this match, and it may not, but Nikki turns on Stephanie.
Yep. Well, and that's where I went with this on the locker room breakdown. I could see that. You've got Roxanne in the corner of Raquel. Not that I'm counting on it, but again, never say never. You could get the potential return of Liv Morgan. And I think that Raquel, where Roxanne and Lyra Valkyria are the future of the women's locker room, Raquel and Stephanie are the absolute present, and Nikki is the past. And I do think that Raquel could walk out of here with the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. We already saw a surprise title change on SmackDown with the Women's US Championship, so I wouldn't surprise me to see that happen here.
I mean, we did talk about a potential male traditional Survivor Series title match. Could this be the beginning of a traditional Survivor Series female match?
Right?
That's a possibility there too, because even with the males, that leaves at least one or two matches left open.
Right. Now, we do know that this year's Survivor Series is one night.
Yeah.
But moving forward, it is going to go to the 2-night show. Are we going to see 2 War Games matches each night then? Like one?
No.
Or just one on each night?
I would do one on each night with one Survivor Series match each night, possibly.
You might not even see War Games continue. Because they didn't announce Survivor Series next year as Survivor Series War Games, did they? They just said Survivor Series.
But
they haven't even announced next year's, have they?
They haven't announced where it's from, but they did say that it would be 2 nights. Bobby, how we doing? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for stopping in. As always, we greatly appreciate you. How was Virginia Beach for you, Bobby? Well, congratulations, Bobby. He's coming in saying he got 4th place and he tried his best for his first year going to Virginia Beach. That's awesome. Congratulations, buddy. Keep it up. Can only go up from there, buddy.
Now, kind of have an idea. Now, if you were to do a women's traditional Survivor Series match,
Right.
if Liv Morgan is not available, would this be an area where you can introduce Fatal Influence?
I would say so.
Yeah. I'd bring all 3 of them in. But on the other side, that's where I'm trying to figure out who would I have teaming with Stephanie and Nikki.
Io and Rhea.
Yeah, and that all depends on Rhea's injury right now too.
Well, not just injury, but wouldn't be the first time she had wrestled at a Survivor Series or even a War Games match with a mask protecting an eye injury.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Bobby. We appreciate you. And
Yeah,
everybody,
thank you for the likes, Bobby.
yes, you can be like Bobby. Go like, subscribe, and get all notifications for when anything here at Turnbuckle Affiliation Program goes live.
And Raquel asserting her power right away, right off the get-go in this match.
Yeah, and I think that's smart too, because you look at kind of how Stephanie VAQUER likes to go at things. She's very technical. She likes to keep that mat based. She likes to push the pace. And if you're just getting thrown and beat down, you don't have the energy to continue that pace. And then if you're also Raquel, that power then would take away the high risk ability of Stephanie VAQUER, who's been using that spiral tap a little as of late. So if you're able to cancel out her weapons on that, you have a better chance of possibly getting the job done.
This is true. And Bobby, my day was awesome.
My day was very, very quiet and relaxed. Thank you for asking.
But right now, Raquel's day isn't going so well.
Raquel blocking the Devil's Kiss and, dropping Stephanie face first onto that top turnbuckle.
No,
not quite a snake eyes.
Oh, yeah, it looked like she actually had the middle turnbuckle. I think the attempt was that top turnbuckle, but it looks like she caught the middle one. I hope they kind of give a replay on that.
Yeah.
But we are back in a commercial segment, and we are in that second hour.
We are.
So let's once again showcase our weekly calendar and our We Want You ad.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
A Turnbuckle Affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today, because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you have ever wanted your break in podcasting, content creation, potential collaboration, or help us out behind the scenes, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be. Go to the host section and meet the team. Chris Best, Chris Parrish, myself, Bubba Duke, and of course, Carl Carafel. Watch our latest weekly episodic shows, including the Locker Room Breakdown from earlier tonight, as well as the Raw Patrol, which will be uploaded a little bit later on this evening. Click on the join link, turnbucklestudios.org/join, to send us your credentials. Let us know how you can help us and how we can help you, and somebody will get back to you. Go to the shop link to go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com and get all of your Turnbuckle Affiliation Program merchandise. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, the hottest site on the internet. Do it, and do it now.
And just a quick ad, if you wanted to check out that QR code that was up there before, that takes you directly to turnbucklestudios.org as well, in case you do not want to type it out. You just want a quick little scan and go.
Stephanie has really gotten under Raquel's skin, and Raquel is starting to let her emotions get the better of her for this match.
Yeah, and I think that's something we do got to look at it just a little bit, is that the experience in the situation. Stephanie VAQUER has been a champion just about everywhere she has gone, whereas Raquel Rodriguez has not been like a big champion in WWE.
Right.
She has primarily been a tag team champion. She tasted some singles gold in NXT, but it wasn't for very long, and it was quite a while ago. So when it comes to the situation, Raquel Rodriguez needs to keep that composure. She needs to be focused, or else Stephanie VAQUER will take advantage.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
I actually forgot that Raquel Rodriguez was the NXT champ at one time.
Yep. Oh my God. I don't think she was she was champion for very long.
No, I think it was like only like a month or so, maybe.
I was going to say, I don't remember. I do remember her winning, because that was when Dakota Kai turned on her.
Okay, she was actually champion for 201 days.
Oh.
Wow.
During
but
the
it was in
pandemic, I take it?
2021. So
Yeah.
we're kind of going around that pandemic time. So
Yeah.
time where everybody always chooses to forget.
Bobby Stats presents an interesting question. What does Zoe Stark do when she comes back?
Wrestle. Just kidding.
There's rumors going around that she comes back and she's a babyface.
She's going to get that
Potentially.
hero's welcome as everybody does when they return from injury. I really hope that she's going to keep her focus and just drive forward with how she was.
I have an idea. If around that time, Liv Morgan should be back as well. So if we see Liv Morgan come back and she's reunited with Raquel Rodriguez, and maybe, just maybe, that kind of pushes Roxanne Perez out, could Zoe Stark make a good pairing with Roxanne Perez to take on the tag team of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez?
And that's a combination I actually like.
It's very, very intriguing.
And it's once again building on the women's tag division, which, again, we're seeing a lot of. And to be fair, before the rest of Pure Fusion Collective got released, I thought there was something with her and Shayna Baszler as a tag team.
So did I.
Well, Roxanne Perez now getting involved, and that just allows Nikki Bella to get involved.
Stephanie Vaquer looked and smiled, but then caught by Raquel Rodriguez into that fall away slam.
Yeah, she took her eyes off the prize there.
Yeah, it was just enough of a distraction.
And then she missed, somehow Raquel missed that spinning Vader bomb.
Into a devil's kiss.
And Stephanie Vaquer retains in what was a hard-fought matchup.
And uses that version of that spiral tap, as we were talking about earlier, to get that 1, 2, 3. Which, again, goes to the experience level of Stephanie Vaquer.
Yes.
Because getting her other maneuver done on somebody of Raquel Rodriguez's size may bring a lot of inconvenience. So you got to have that repertoire that's a little bit varied.
Yes.
Variety.
And then Roxanne tried to attack Stephanie, but Stephanie was rescued by Nikki, and then they pushed Roxanne out of the ring.
And I called it.
You did. Nikki leveling Stephanie Vaquer with the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, trying to stake a claim to it. Nikki, please just no.
It's going to happen, though.
I know.
I love how she almost fell.
Yeah.
What I don't get out of that whole thing already is why save her and put hands on
right
the heels. If you're just going to become one, I would have brought the title in, chased them off, then make that turn.
I wouldn't have even chased them off.
Well, if she came in with that championship or picked it up and held it, they would back off in some way.
Mm-hmm. But if she jumped in and started teaming up with Raquel and Roxanne, then we'd all be speculating, oh, she's joining the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I would just have her pick up the title, hold it up. We got the Judgment Day walking back. They don't want none of that. Yay. We got the Regal War Games again.
I just like to apologize to my neighbors because I turned the volume up really loud so I can hear Regal do that.
Right?
You're that guy, aren't you?
Yep. But right now we're getting a match that I've been looking forward to all week here in Sheamus and Shinsuke Nakamura here. I expect this match to be a very hard-hitting match.
Yeah, I do too. And we know that Shinsuke has his issues with the MFT over on SmackDown. And we haven't seen them or heard from them yet tonight. So there is still the possibility that they're there.
Yeah, and that's where I'm leading to. Like, I don't expect Shinsuke to win this matchup. Mostly because I think that there is going to be a male Survivor Series match that him, Sammy, and the Machine Guns are going to be involved with as far as the MFT goes.
Well, and Ray Phoenix. You have to also include Ray Phoenix.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking earlier about potential matches. Could we get, for the first time ever in WWE, Ray Phoenix versus Penta?
Sign me up. Is all I got to say.
Just saying.
I mean, these drawings for these matches are at random, so.
Yes, and we know that they do have history going one-on-one with each other.
Trying to keep the kayfabe alive here, Parrish.
Hey, so I'm just saying somebody picks them. Somebody grabs the sphere out of the cage. That's right. I watched what I said.
Yes, you did. And I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I know what you were thinking, weirdo. You're still hung up on that R-Truth and his balls. Yeah.
Bobby's interested to see who could be going against LA Knight as well. I know Mr. Best has his thoughts on it. I'm sure Carl has his thoughts. Parrish, who are your thoughts on that?
I'm busy Friday, so I'll get back to you. Just kidding. I think it's Matt Cardona.
Okay.
But I did say yesterday that a name that I think would be very intriguing in this tournament in that someone who doesn't work here, this could be a great way to bring back Karrion Kross.
Okay. I was going to save this for tomorrow night if we were going to do it, but I'm going to go with an off-the-board pick, the man himself, the national treasure, Nick Aldis.
My choice is obvious.
Yes.
Barry Horowitz.
Yeah. There we go.
Aldo Mon freaking Toya.
And the reason why I'm thinking Joe Hendry is it is just the way Nick Aldis presented that sphere when he opened it up.
Yeah, but that's also why I'm going with Nick Aldis, was just the way he presented that and then said, you know what? I'm going to hold on to this.
Bobby, I like your style.
Mm-hmm. Have Sheamus and Shinsuke ever wrestled each other in a one-on-one situation?
I think so.
I believe so. I want to say they did for the Intercontinental Championship when Shinsuke was champion.
I mean, they probably also did back in did some matches when they toured Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Or even Ireland.
Yeah.
I feel like if this was like the first time, they will say it.
Yeah, because it's possible that they wrestled each other in just some passing match on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
And I'm certain they've met, like, cross paths in like a battle royal or a Royal Rumble.
Actually, their most recent match was April 22 on Raw of 2024.
Oh. So we definitely talked about it before.
Yes, we have.
You've seen it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been when Nakamura was doing kind of his dark kind of...
Oh, that samurai gimmick thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that gimmick. Oh.
Shinsuke blocking the 10 beats of the Bowery there for the moment.
And just as I said, this has been nothing but hard hitting between these two men.
Right?
I mean, Shinsuke known for wrestling strong style, which is known for hard hitting maneuvers.
Yes.
So he can easily stand and trade with a guy like Sheamus.
Yeah. I just hope that the winners of tonight's matches are not going to face off against each other next week. I know there's 16 men to be in this tournament.
Well, what I want to see is I want to see some stories develop out of this tournament, though. So
right.
It could very well end up that we see, like, hey, you beat me in the first round and I'm not happy about it. I want a rematch against you, or something along those lines.
Now, out of curiosity, would this tournament not have exactly a bracket style like we're used to? And could the first round winners be selected at random again to face whoever in the second round? And
I kind of like that.
I do too. Just because, we've seen it enough this year, and so as much as you know, I'd like to see the match again because of how hard hitting it was. I don't need to see Sheamus versus Rusev again in 2 weeks.
But I mean, that's a strong possibility now that Rusev's advanced.
It is. Now, if Nakamura somehow advances, I wouldn't mind Nakamura versus Rusev.
I do like kind of the new gear that Nakamura is sporting. Normally he has more of a solid colors, but he's introducing more of like a kimono type design on his gear.
Absolutely, and I like it.
I was gonna say it's kind of bringing back like because in New Japan his gear was a little bit more colorful, so it's kind of nice to see that again.
Shinsuke wriggling out of the Celtic Cross to deliver that hard forearm to Sheamus.
Yeah, just smacked him in the jaw with that.
Return from the commercial, we see Sheamus about to go to the top rope.
Quite the superplex there from Nakamura.
We'll say this has been one of the more athletic Nakamura matches.
Yeah.
Normally it's more of like a shot for shot, but I haven't really seen him this mobile in matches in a while.
Right?
Over the last couple of weeks, he's really been shining quite a lot lately.
Yeah, he seems to be rejuvenated with that time off. So
yeah.
Sheamus is telling, give me more.
Yeah, bring those kicks on.
I think a match I would love to see in this tournament would be a Sheamus Ilya Dragunov match.
Yeah. And now Sheamus unloading the 10 beats of the Bowery onto Nakamura.
I think Sheamus might be thinking about bro kicks soon too.
But Nakamura had a different idea.
He did. Nakamura just grabbing the rope.
Yeah, that's that ring awareness of Nakamura. You have to wonder if Sheamus wasn't able to figure out where he had Nakamura. Does that mean maybe the match and his fatigue is kind of wearing? Because that is not a mistake Sheamus normally makes.
No, you're right, because Sheamus would have dragged him to the middle at least to get the pin.
Sheamus going to the second rope here. But Nakamura countering White Noise from the second rope with
nice little power bomb there.
Okay. Bro kick out of nowhere.
yes, and Sheamus advances. But again, no distraction from the MFTs.
I don't think we should be getting any kind of distraction style finishes in the tournament. If we do, it's got to have some kind of a deep meaning to it.
Yeah.
I am kind of surprised we don't get like maybe a John Cena on commentary during these matches.
Right. I wouldn't
kind of
be
want to
surprised to see John on commentary during the final.
I kind of want to see John Cena be the guy who picks the next set of competitors later tonight.
Right? And a show of respect between Sheamus and Nakamura.
So despite some of these matches have Raw versus SmackDown, we have seen the Raw members win the Raw matches.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, technically, he's never held this version of the World Heavyweight Championship. So Adam Pearce is with Jessica Carr, and they look like they're going to be making the next selections of this first round matchups. Okay, well, we might watch a murder next week in New York, as Javon Evans will go up against Gunther. And Solo Sikoa will be in action.
Poor young Javon Evans. John Cena's final Raw next Monday in New York City. And yet another mystery opponent for next week for Solo Sikoa.
And exactly what we were kind of assuming. If they were going to have NXT superstars, they would announce them, as we see Javon Evans being announced in this match. So it leads me to the belief that the people they're not letting us know are the ones that don't work for the company as of right now.
Yeah.
Right.
So like Solo's opponent could be anyone from TNA to AAA to somebody that they're potentially going to sign. I don't know.
Well, take into account people who work in AAA, for the most part, work for WWE.
Yes.
And a name that I guess maybe we haven't really said a lot, but could a Mike Santana even be a potential?
Yeah, that's a strong possibility. But the women's tag team title main event is coming up next.
Yes. Mike Santana was a mystery name that I had picked last week on Turnbuckle Talk to enter this tournament. And I would love to see that for him.
Hey, I said just out of nowhere, Hometown Man could very well be one of those guys.
We could, yes. The hometown man.
This being the main event really gives me vibes that we're going to see new tag team champions.
I see where you're coming from, but I do think that Bayley and Lyra are going to play a role in this match.
And that could really set up a potential triple threat match for those tag titles.
It could. At the same time, it also wouldn't surprise me if Io Sky and Rhea get involved in this.
I'm going out and saying this is women's war games. With the Kabuki Warriors.
I do think we're heading in that way too.
Yeah. With especially with the Kabuki Warriors, Lash Legend, and Nia Jax. The four of them could easily be a tag team, and the four of them all have problems with Charlotte and Bliss.
Yeah,
and then you factor in Lyra Valkyria and Bailey into that situation too.
And we could also factor in new women's world champion Jade Cargill.
Yes,
into that one as well. And like, if Rhea's not there, could this be the time, if she is ready, that we see a returning Bianca Belair?
Yeah. It's either that or Tiffany Stratton if it's Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
Or it could be Becky captaining one side and AJ Lee captaining the other.
Well, that's what I said earlier too. And I do think we probably will have that in some form.
Right.
I mean, I much rather see Team Becky versus Team AJ. But I do have a feeling we're going to see that start of understanding where the women's war games matches tonight. I think we might see more developing stuff on SmackDown, but I think next week in Madison Square Garden, I think that's where you're really going to truly get that.
Yeah, because I do think that next week in Madison Square Garden, you are going to see the return of AJ Lee.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be after the Intercontinental title match next week.
Yeah.
See, and I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if AJ accompanies Maxine to ringside.
But if she were to do that, if she were to accompany Maxine, then she would She would have to play a factor in Maxine winning the Intercontinental title from Becky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that all depends on what your end game is in that. Are you getting Becky losing the title? And if that's the case, then yes, I think that's the best way to go, is AJ Lee accompanies, plays a part. Then Becky can get even more mad at AJ Lee. And that's where I could see maybe then Lyra going right after Maxine.
Right.
But if Becky does win, I don't see an AJ Lee out there until after the match. And that return would be just a bigger moment, I think, in my eyes.
Right.
And given that we're in the mecca of all arenas next week, we're more than likely going to get a bunch of surprises.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what better way than in the Big Apple, we get the return of the core. Just kidding.
I mean, Heath Slater's got kids.
Right?
I mean, totally unrelated note, but if
what about this? Joe Hendry concert with 3MB.
go home.
I am home.
leave the house and then go back home.
No, because it's cold outside.
Put on a jacket, leave the house, and then go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go out there. I think we're gonna get new champions.
Okay.
Yeah, I get a feeling there's going to be new champions crowned here. And there is a couple factors that I think play into this, and one of them is Lash Legend and Nia Jax.
Right. And I'm sticking with Bliss and Charlotte retaining, and I'm going to go with Bayley and Lyra as that factor in protecting those titles.
I mean, we could be seeing it all wrong, and we could see that turn into the Fatal 4-Way.
Mm-hmm.
Or here's a nice little idea. What happens if that becomes your 4-on-4 traditional Survivor Series match with the winning team earns themselves a title shot, and if those tag titles are on the winning team, they must go up against their partners.
I love it. Kairi tried chopping Charlotte and it just seemed to wake her up. Kairi having taken control of this match here on the outside.
Once again, I like how the Kabuki Warriors are just cutting off the corner here, preventing Alexa from getting that tag to Charlotte.
Yep.
Well, in that earlier match with Stephanie and Raquel, we talked about the experience factor, and not that Alexa Bliss and Charlotte have a lack of experience, but when it comes to being a tag team, they do not have the experience level of Kairi Sane and Asuka.
Right.
So it's going to be very interesting if we see that come into play and be a factor in this match.
Right. We just saw
'Cause
Jessica Carr actually make the call and not count the pin because Kairi's foot was under the rope.
Now, Kairi Sane is the only one in this match who has not been a tag champion with Charlotte.
Right?
Yeah.
And with that being said, Alexa Bliss is the only one who hasn't been a tag champ with Asuka.
Right? What a crossbody there from Charlotte.
I got to figure too, at some point, Asuka's mist has got to come into play here. And I think that is what could very well give the Kabuki Warriors the tag team championships.
Right.
Could also go into a reason how they could lose if she is to miss her mark and maybe hit her own partner.
True.
Yeah.
But I mean, as Asuka does have the power of the miss, Alexa Bliss has a little witchcraft of her own.
Yes, she does.
Yes, she does. I mean, the powers of Lily could very well wake up.
Yep. And Charlotte and Asuka trading forearms. And then that back fist from Asuka.
We talk about how quick Shinsuke Nakamura is. Asuka was a little bit quick on the attack there.
Yes, she was.
And then the double natural. So, oh no.
Asuka countering into the Asuka lock.
No, I don't get this because when Asuka locked in the Asuka lock, we've seen Alexa Bliss go to the apron and just stand there and watch as her tag team partner suffered.
That's because she has to get out of the ring or else she gets disqualified.
Yeah.
Remember, well, she has a 5 count to get out of the ring.
Yeah, but she could have gotten out, got back in, and then kicked Asuka to get out of the maneuver.
And that could also be a disqualification.
Yeah.
Based on referee's discretion.
And Charlotte executing a very, very high angle Boston Crab here.
Oh, come on. It's the walls of Jericho. Slightly. If she'd bent that knee, it was a lion tamer.
Yeah.
We don't have to keep it quiet. We know it. We'll say not a lot of women do the big boot as well as Charlotte does.
Right?
No, she doesn't. She does it cleanly, and I like it. And there's Lash Legend and Nia Jax getting into it.
That's right.
And new women's tag team champions.
I'm sorry, my phone's going off. Oh, so saying somebody called that. Right from the beginning. But the introduction to Nia Jax and Lash Legend is going to make for a very intriguing addition to the women's tag team division.
Yes, it is.
Well, I was very excited when they did this on Friday.
Yep.
Now I think this is where maybe Bayley and Lyra get involved. Or do we tease a tag title match between these 4 women? Or we get the alliance that I said was going to happen.
Yep.
Or Io Sky. All right, I can take that. See you later, Lash.
Legendary top rope exit.
A beautiful double drop kick there from Io.
Oh,
And is this the return of Rhea Ripley?
I think so.
yeah, there's the purple light.
Poor Kairi Sane.
For a second, I thought Kairi was Asuka, though.
Rhea's asking for a mic.
War Games?
Yep.
Yep.
No, out of curiosity, you could add the champions to each side.
Yeah.
Or you add Becky and AJ to these teams.
I think it makes either one makes sense, though. That's the thing.
Think about this. If next week we see AJ Lee costing Becky the Intercontinental Championship, we could then bring those two into this War Games match, complete the team, and then the Intercontinental Championship can go and do something else, and it's
Right.
not being highlighted over something else.
Yeah, because you mentioned, like, if Maxine wins the title next week, Lyra can go after it.
Yeah. I think in this situation, like just knowing the history that we've seen with Jade and Nia, but where Jade is now, I would like to see Jade more so in the War Games match as opposed to Becky and AJ.
I mean, I would love to see a little bit more SmackDown in this match. However,
Right.
we just, again, like maybe this is Jade and Bianca coming in. I just don't think it's Tiffany Stratton.
No,
really
I don't either.
I have a feeling Tiffany Stratton and Julia might be more intertwined with something at this current point.
Right. I don't even see Bianca returning yet.
No, I'm leaning towards Bianca returning at the Rumble possibly now.
Yeah. But yeah, to get Jade and why am I
Tiffany.
drawing a blank?
Jade and Stephanie?
Yeah. Would make a little more sense to me.
Because like you wouldn't be necessarily having championship matches then.
Right.
And then you can kind of keep those matches for your Raw and SmackDown.
Right.
To boost ratings. So,
and if you look at it, like you just said, you wanted to see a little more SmackDown in this match. Well, Charlotte and Alexa are now SmackDown superstars.
Yeah.
As are
Lash
Nia
and
and Lash.
Nia. Yeah. So you've got 2 teams from Raw, 2 teams from SmackDown, both involved in this.
Yes. So if you're adding the champions, you got equal representation.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could also add, a Chelsea and a Maxine.
Exactly. You could.
If Maxine is to win the Intercontinental title.
Yes. Which I actually don't see that as happening, but
Hey, I'm just throwing it out there.
it's a possibility.
I mean, OMD on Friday, we didn't think Chelsea was walking away with the U.S. title. And
No,
she
we
did.
didn't.
And you didn't think the Kabuki Warriors were coming out of Raw with the tag titles.
I did not.
You may have to second guess some of your predictions right now.
So with that being said, OMD, let everybody know where they can find you when your thoughts are Raw. Where can we find you next?
Raw was fantastic. A lot of build now. We've got our direction for Survivor Series. We've had the 2 War Games matches announced. We just need to find out who else is going to complete CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso, as well as the Vision. And I can't wait for it. I think for me, the moment of the night was, of course, John Cena winning the Intercontinental Championship. That was just a huge way to go out on his last show in his hometown. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for me, you can follow me at my Linktree, linktr.ee/OMD show.
And Christopher Best.
Yeah, this was just a very fun episode of Raw. And I don't say this often about Raws, but I might actually go back and watch some of this show again. My moment of the night was definitely the Shinsuke Nakamura Sheamus match, because as I said, that was going to be hard hitting and it was everything I wanted it to be. I didn't care who won that match, just as long as I got a good hard hitting match out of that. Now there's a lot of intrigue going into Survivor Series as far as the War Games go, because not only are we waiting to see who else is joining the men's War Games, but who could be joining the women's War Games as well. And if you want to find my link tree, it is linktr.ee/Chris_best83.
So,
over to you, Mr. Parrish.
And for me, I think it's quite obvious. I mean, as OMD said, when you get to see something historic like John Cena becoming a Grand Slam champion, that was amazing. But I will also argue this. What was also amazing was seeing Dominik Mysterio in that moment and absolutely taking a leap forward and really coming out to cheers and quickly turning them to boos. I think we saw a huge step made by Dominik Mysterio tonight as he elevated not only himself into a new aspect, but we now saw that he is capable doing so with or without a championship. And I think that really showcased a lot about what we saw with Dom, as well as what he's going to be able to do forward, because he went toe-to-toe with John Cena on the microphone tonight. And that is something not a lot of people can do at his age and experience level. You can find me on my link tree at Chris Parrish. You can check out Chris Parrish podcast every Sunday at 12:15 p.m. Eastern time. But where you can find me next, as per the Godfather Carafel, I will be on Turnbuckle Talk with you guys tomorrow.
Nice.
Fantastic. I am excited to hear that.
So we're excited to be there tomorrow, but until then, we have to head off. So OMD, great words.
Ladies and gentlemen, always remember the world is better with you in it. From all of us here at Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, to those of you out there wherever you are, good night, good luck, we out.